The News 8 Highlight Zone starts now.
Good evening, I'm Greg Wavernick. Brian will join us in a little bit. The Sparta Spartans enjoying a Cinderella run in these WIAA football playoffs. First, they needed to win their final 2 regular season games just to have a slight chance at making the postseason, which included knocking off MVC champion Holmen. Then, as a 7 seed, travel 238 miles to upset Ashland, followed by a 140-mile trip to beat New Richmond. Tonight, they go 130 miles north to take on defending Division III state champ Rice Lake in level 3 of the playoffs. First Spartans possession inside the 5, a handoff to Bryce Edwards, bounces off tacklers and into the end zone. It's 7-0 Sparta. Rice Lake would storm back right before the half. Darius Klervik takes the pitch outside and scores. 28-7 Warriors lead at the half. Third quarter, Sparta looking for life. Luke Wendorf takes the handoff and into the end zone. It's now a 35-19 game. Next Sparta possession, Cole Wisniewski looks deep, and he hits Nick Church for a 51-yard touchdown pass, and Sparta is all of a sudden just down by 10. In the fourth quarter, it worked once before, so why not again? Wisniewski going long to Church, this time for 80 yards. Sparta trails by only 4 with 4 minutes to go, but that's as close as they would get. Rice Lake's Dalton Drost punches it in from a yard away. What an effort by Sparta, but they come up short, losing 42-31. With more, here is News 8's Brian McClune.
One thing we learned about the Sparta football team this season under head coach Adam Dow, they will never give up. They didn't give up when they started the season 1-4, and they didn't give up here tonight, down 21 points to the defending Division III state champs Rice Lake, outscoring the Warriors in the second half, eventually getting this game down to a 4-point contest late in the fourth quarter. Yes, this season is over, but there's a lot to be happy about for Sparta Nation.
The character of these kids, they fought like nobody's business, and you know, they should be proud in something, because ultimately right now they're sad, okay, but they're sad because they just played in a game that meant something, and that's something that I want Sparta to feel and know.
Dow said that this season is a breakthrough. Sparta should no longer be considered underdogs. Postseason success is now an expectation. Reporting from Rice Lake, Brian McClune, News 8 Sports.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Defending state champion Bangor hosting Highland. Highland has outscored opponents this postseason 88-0 before tonight. Second play from scrimmage for Bangor. They put the ball on the ground, and Spencer Linscheid scoops and scores. It's 6-0 Highland. Still in the first, Bangor's Carter Horseman punches it in from a yard out. Bangor takes a 7-6 lead. Second quarter, Bangor starts to break it open. Horseman, 4-yard TD extends the lead to 15. Next Highland possession, Linscheid rolls out, and his pass gets intercepted by Jaden Noctegal. And that will set up, guess who? Horseman, from just 1 yard away, reaches pay dirt. 2 scores in 17 seconds it ends up being. 28-6 the score. Bangor then forces another turnover, and this time they go to the air. Trevor Jones to Horseman. He goes 41 yards, so it's 3 scores in less than a minute. Bangor leads 42-6 at the half, and the Cardinals win 48-6. They'll get a rematch of last year's state title game as they get Blackhawk in level 4. In Division 5, Westby takes on top seed Spencer Columbus Catholic. A quiet first half for both teams. Defense is holding strong. Spencer Columbus quarterback Jaron Bandel unloading a deep pass, but will overshoot, and it's right in the hands of Westby safety Gunnar Hansen. Norseman striking first. Alex Gluck rolling out and hits tight end Dawson Marshall, who trucks through a defender in for the score. It was a hard-fought game. Westby ends the game 28 yards shy from what could have been a winning touchdown, and they lose 13-12. Well, coming up, 4 area Minnesota schools play for a trip to state tonight. The News 8 Highlight Zone will be right back. Welcome back to the News 8 Highlight Zone. Every year since 2005, Caledonia football has played in their section championship game. 11 times they won and advanced to state. 8 times they'd eventually be crowned state champs, including the past 3 years. Caledonia just a win against Chatfield away from a 12th trip to state over these past 14 years. First drive of the game, Noah King dropping back to pass and throws one up. Eli King going to outjump 2 defenders to make the catch. Gets Caledonia in the red zone. That would lead to this. King using his legs to find the end zone. Loses the ball, but he crossed the goal line. It's 6-0 Warriors. Caledonia would continue to impose their will on offense. Noah King to Eli King on the quick slant, and it's now a 14-point lead. This was a half of passing fireworks for King, this time finding Evan Denstad, and this is a huge pickup of 45 yards. Same drive now on 4th and 7. King connects with Nick McCabe to make it a 20-0 score. And Caledonia, they are headed back to state as they beat Chatfield tonight by a final of 34-7. Winona taking on Faribault. A win puts the Winhawks back at state for a 3rd consecutive season. First drive of the game for Faribault, going for it on 4th down. Winona defense standing strong, which should lead to this very next play. Jackson Nibbling hits Terrell Hall streaking down the field for a long touchdown score. Winhawks on the board first. Very next drive for Winona, Trevor Pomeroy makes it a 2-score lead for the Winhawks as he plows his way into the end zone. Then in the second quarter, Sam Kane converts a 1-yard score of his own, gives the Winhawks a 22-0 advantage. Impressive showing for Winona tonight. Winhawks, they're going back to state as well, winning 42-7. And in the 9-man section championship, it's Spring Grove and Houston squaring off. First quarter, Houston driving. It's James Hungerholt keeping up the middle. He walks into the end zone. Houston goes up 6-0. Houston knocking on the door again, trailing by 1. Hungerholt looking to the end zone, but Alex Foles flashing the hands as he picks up a one-handed interception. And Spring Grove would take advantage of the turnover. Foles keeping the ball, lowers his shoulders into the end zone, extends their lead to 8. Second half action now. Foles keeping the ball again. He makes a man miss, and then it's turning on the Jets. Nobody will catch him. A 68-yard touchdown run. Spring Grove leads 21-6. Fourth quarter, Lions looking to put the game away. It's Foles again running away from everyone. His 4th touchdown on the night. Spring Grove scores 28 unanswered. They win it 28-6. Defending state champs are going back to state.
Offensively for Houston, they are an aggressive team. They'll pound it down your throat until you just can't play defense anymore. But our offensive line really stepped up. They just kept at it. Our linebackers came upfield. We all tried to tackle low and got team tackling, and that's really what did it. We want that second ring. We've worked for it. We think we deserve it, but we still got to stay focused and know that everyone wants to take us out, but we got to be ready.
Welcome back to the News 8 Highlight Zone. It's time for our play of the night, and we go back to Bangor, where Carter Horseman was just unstoppable. Whether it was on the ground or even through the air, 6 touchdowns in just one half of football for him as Bangor rolls 48-6. A level 4 matchup versus Blackhawk is next for the Cardinals. A big thanks to the sports crew, not only tonight, but these past few weeks for a lot of playoff action. More playoff football next Friday. We'll see you then.